Would you believe this is take 8? This has been a morning. I'm telling you, every time I hit the record button, either my German Shepherd goes nuts because we're having work done on the driveway and he decides that it's time to bark again. Even though they've been there since 6 o'clock this morning, he knows that I know that they were there. He's got alert. So, take 8. Alright, guys. Where are we at with this thing? Here is your as fast as possible dinar update, and everything is in my opinion. It's for entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor nor a legal advisor, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. Half a grain. Whatever floats your boat. So I got some notes. A lot of my intel today comes from Twitter, obviously, with Majid, Brothers Technology Inc., and a few other ones thrown in, a little sprinkle of Ariel. So, today, the HCL is reportedly to be passed. So the chief of the federal court is demanding that the payment of the Kurdistan salaries be paid on time. So this was prior to the announcement from Majid that the HCL had been passed. So there are 2 tweaks to the budget that have to be done. And then, so the House of Representatives are supposed to report or vote on this tomorrow and finalize everything, according to Majid. So, that's where we're at with the HCL. Okay? So, some other things that are going on out there is, wait for it. Dakota's growling. Is he going to bark? Nope, not yet. Okay, so the U.S. ambassador today reporting that ending the presence of the international coalition in Iraq is in place and is committed to being on time. So, we all know that what that means. Trump said that, sure, we'll leave Iraq as the controlling factor in the international coalition. We have military there. You need to understand that we have one, if not the world's largest embassy in Iraq. So you have to understand that the United States is never going to leave Iraq 100%. But they are going to hand back over the control of their military, their police forces, all that stuff back to Iraq because of their sovereignty. But make no mistake, the United States is always going to protect its investment in Iraq. So for the U.S. ambassador to say that ending the presence of the international coalition is in place and committed to timing tells you that what Trump said is about to take place. We're going to get the new rate. Things are going to be paid. And then the United States is going to give back power to the Iraqi government. But, to quote the Nancy's out there, nothing's happening. So, another interesting article today is that Iran is to resume gas exports to Iraq so that Iraq can have electricity. Back when these, I think it was last week, the skirmishes between the Iranian militias that are operating in Iraq and Israel targeting and taking out these factions. So why is this important? So you have to understand the dynamics of the United States when it comes to Israel and Iran and Iraq. So the Iranian factions, deep state, whatever you want to call it, that have been keeping the Iraqis under their thumb through corrupt politicians and siphoning millions of dollars or laundering through Iraq. They are fighting Israel, okay? And Israel is an extension of the United States because we're their enforcers or whatever. So yeah, on one hand you have the U.S.-Israeli connection, and then you have the U.S.-Iraq connection, because right now we supply Israel with weapons, and we are using the Israeli flag to carry out strikes and what have you, because we can't come out as, you see a F-18 flying down the, whatever F-22 would, pick your plane. You see it flying away, carrying out a strike, it can't have an American flag on the side of it, because then it's United States versus Iran. But Israel and Iran are already fighting, so it's okay. We'll just slap an Israeli sticker on the side and away we go, or send a drone over, whatever. So Iran is operating inside of Iraq, so we're using Israel and the conflict going on over there to strategically take out these militias. So we are inadvertently fighting Iran, the deep state side of Iran. So all this is taking place, but nothing's happening. So there's that. Also, you have to look at how hard are they fighting XRP. When I say they, the deep state or whoever. XRP is, in my opinion, and again, I'm not a financial advisor, hear me when I say that, but I believe that XRP is going to eventually dethrone Bitcoin. Think about Trump. Think about the art of war and how he puts people up in the spotlight. And we're going to say Bitcoin is a person because he's putting Bitcoin up in the spotlight. And then he lets the media, he lets us citizens, journalists, dig up stuff and expose how bad they are, and then they tumble. Okay? So look at what Trump is doing in the crypto world, and everything that's coming out in the last week, and how much he's spotlighting. He has been setting Bitcoin up and saying that it's going to be great and blah blah. How he does, and I believe he's setting it up to fall, because we all know that Bitcoin started being the cryptocurrency for the deep state, and it was nothing but a tool for human trafficking and different things to move money without being tracked. So as XRP has come on the scene, I think when it first came out, it was hailed to dethrone Bitcoin. Of course, Bitcoin has soared since then. But you have to understand, when we see things on Twitter and we see things in the news, when they are fighting it so hard, trying to, use the SEC to tie it up in court cases and all that stuff, anything that they are fighting, anything that they tell you is bad, you better look into it, because if they're telling you it's bad, more than likely it's good. So, same thing with XRP, XLM. They are fighting to keep this suppressed. Just like they're trying, they manipulate the price of gold and silver. When all the restraints come off, you're going to see XRP soar. And it very well could rival Bitcoin very quickly. Again, not a financial advisor, so you do your own research and do what you feel best. I'm just sharing my opinions. So, yeah, that's all my notes for today. But anyway, just try to. I know it's hard, guys. I know it's hard. I know it's rough. For me and my household, we need this return on our investment. We need it. As I'm sure 99% of everyone invested in it. You're always going to have those whales and those rich people who have bought it just because they see the opportunity, and for what little bit of investment that they got and a huge amount of dinar that they hold, it's a win-win. If it never amounts to anything, then they can just dismiss it. But for us who have spent our hard-earned money to invest in this because we know the potential of the return on it, we need it, and we need it now. Okay? Go back to the Iraqi people and the horrid conditions that they live in every single day. This whole thing is for Iraq and for the Iraqi people. We as Americans and we as anyone other than Iraqis, we have just caught on to it, and we're going to have a return on our investment. But we always have to remember this is for Iraq and for Iraqi citizens. It was set up by the deep state, Bush Senior, Bush Junior, as a money. No, it's not really money laundering. They set all this up to make trillions of dollars on the back of Iraq. And that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother show, is why we are where we are. Point being, you gotta hang on a little longer. It could be now, it could be tomorrow we see the rate change with HCL. It could be by December 10th is the next day on the calendar. That's Iraq's victory day over ISIS. January 20th, Trump inauguration. The end of quarter one to quarter two. We don't know what the magical date is. Okay, I know it's hard, but you guys, sending out your negative torpedoes to attack every post that you see and say that it's business as usual, we've been here before, and blah 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 blah. It's bullshit. We've not been here before. We've not had the ambassador saying ending the presence of the international coalition in Iraq is in place, and it's committed to being on time. There's so many things that are happening that have not happened before. We had the 23, 24, 25 budget. They're working on that thing. It passed when they announced the 23, 24, 25 budget. It's just been rolling out since then. And I don't know, I would have to find it again, but basically Sudani is saying that 95% of what was started at the beginning of 2024 is completed. So that remaining 5% is HCL, rate change, international. So that's what we're waiting for. So guys, just hang on, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, dust yourself off, ride the storm. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. There's no one on Twitter. Sudani himself isn't on Twitter saying, hey guys, it's going to be December 10th. The people that know aren't telling you it's going to happen on whatever day. So all we can do is follow the clues and the articles that we're seeing on Twitter and whatever resource, and make assumptions. And we all know the word on play on assumptions. So that's all we can do. And then we share it with you guys. That's why I'm not making these videos every day, because until there's monumental steps that mean hey, we're getting closer to going to the bank. I don't need to be on here every day to just hear you know that you're hearing me rant about something. Okay, nobody needs that. So that's why I'm only making these every now and again. So I hope you understand that. I hope you understand my angst, my frustration, and I hope that it's not too offensive. But it is what it is. So have a great day. Just hang in there. Find out if it's too much, turn it off. I guarantee you will hear it from somewhere, somehow, that Iraq has changed the rate. But if it's too much, get off Twitter, get off Telegram, whatever resource that you use, and take a break. Go outside, take a walk. Take your socks and shoes off and go ground yourself in the backyard or wherever. If it's too much, take a break. For those of us who have the patience of Job, we'll be here in the trenches and we'll let you know when something happens. But if it's too much, guys, just take a break. All right. Hope you all do well. Happy Thanksgiving for those who celebrate, and we'll see you next time. Hopefully within a day or two, and I can get on here and say the rates changed, but I'm sure you'll hear it before you hear it from me. So have a great day, have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next time.